in a rather unsuspecting location here in Prestatyn. Not quite the town centre, because that's down towards the beach, but I'd say the middle of Prestatyn still. Lies a climb that's infamous, and I've never done. It's called Gwaunasgôr Climb, which sounds innocuous enough, until you know that there's a segment of it called The Wall. I only know this climb from descending it. My dad and I did a 200k ride to Llandudno not too long ago, and not too long ago, 2 years ago. And on it I plotted this new road, and we came over a crest. You can see this beautiful panoramic vista of the sea, and a sign that says warning, 33% descent. I shat myself, I got off my bike and I pushed it down because I was too scared to descend it. I'm not too scared to climb up it. God knows how this is going to go. Hopefully there's some nice footage. So without further ado, I'm going just up this little road here. Who'd believe it? Who would believe that's going to be potentially the steepest climb around this area? Don't worry, don't panic. I have not been riding my bike whilst I'm banned from riding the bike. I'm just editing some old footage. And I thought I'd do a side-by-side of my recent effort up Gwaunasgôr Climb, or The Wall, with my 2022. To repeat myself a little from the last video, it's an innocuous start through this suburban area. So at this point, I'll get the disclaimers out the way that in 2023 I'm on my Look, my summer bike that's much more adept at hill climbing. In 2022 I was on my Boardman. I sort of came into this with some preconceptions, and I didn't realise just how hilly the first bit is. In my head, it was almost a flat lead-in to this climb. But as you've seen, the ski ramp sort of profile starts at the very beginning, and okay, the first 100 metres are only 4 to 5%, but even by 200, 300 metres in, we're getting up 7, 8, 9, 10%. My gradients on the metrics between 2022 and 2023 are both out, and both times I'm not necessarily going to say I trust them. This is a steep climb. It only averages 11.5% only, but I think what makes it quite so hard is that it just gets steeper and steeper and steeper until the end, so the more fatigued you are, the steeper the gradient that you're challenged with. You can see that in 2023 I'm hitting that blue sign just a touch earlier, just putting a little bit of time in. Getting there a little bit faster. That blue sign says there's a weight limit and no heavy goods vehicles. I love these roads. I love these signs. And this is really where it bites. You take this left turn, and to be honest, pretty much from here to the top, it's just stupid. I talked a little bit in 2022 about there's a park that runs kind of bisecting these zigzags of the road, because when they were building these new houses, they found Roman ruins and they've made it into a park that you can walk through with like a Roman helmet at the bottom and a replica Roman villa on your right and stuff, which is really cool. Except when you're there, nothing is cool. Nothing makes you happy. Life is hard. Life is stressful. I could not enjoy them for 1 second while cycling up it. Not in 2022, not in 2023. In 2023, I had already done one pretty hard effort, which I kind of messed up, but anyway, I'd done 400 watts for 4.5 minutes or something, and got second on a climb that I sort of had eyeballed for maybe taking the com, but it would have been very, very hard. It's an incredibly good cyclist who's got it, and I ended up like 3 seconds short. So I had something to prove when I got to Gwaunasgôr. I needed to prove that I still had some strength in the legs, because I felt like I'd kind of failed my first objective. The problem with this climb being just out of Prestatyn and having a beautiful finish is that it does get quite a lot of tourists coming up here, and locals. So when you turn in these hairpins, you are forced to stick to your side of the road, really, and be quite observant. There's even... is that an Asda van coming towards me? Absolute madness. As I said at the beginning, I'm scared cycling down this. Not delighted about meeting an Asda van coming up it. This is the point at which I started questioning my life choices a little bit in 2023, because I'd set off really hard. If you've been watching my power, which frankly I haven't, so what I'm about to say might be a lie, I think, give or take, was holding 400 for a good chunk of that, 400 plus. And as I've just alluded to, 400's kind of my 5-minute power. So if I've already done it for 4 minutes earlier in the ride, and here I am again, getting to 4 or 5 minutes in, having held that, I'm really getting to the end of what I'm capable of. And there's a long way to go. And as I told you, it just gets steeper yet. So it was very hard. I hope you can see in my rear camera to get more of a feel for the gradient at times, and also to see the view as it's developing. I should apologise, I'm full of hay fever as well this morning, so my voice probably sounds a bit hard to listen to. Now you can see ahead of me in 2023 on the left there, as that crash barrier appears and it takes a left turn. Quite often in my head I think, well, it's a slightly slower finish, you do the hairpin sections that are very steep, and then it's an easier finish. Nope, absolutely not. Don't know why I told myself that lie. The straight bit is the hardest part. You turn that corner, and that is the wall. That is where you just have to go straight up an absolutely obscene gradient. I don't believe it's only 17%, that's stupid. This is like, you know when you're so out with the saddle that you're leaning forward on your handlebars to keep going? That's what I got to. And as I just passed that car, I've almost blown up. And I had such a mental battle here of, I think I've already blown up, but I still seem to be getting one more pedal stroke, and maybe I can just keep doing one more pedal stroke all the way to the top. I was doing things like stamping, so really low cadence, as you can see, 60 RPM, because I thought I might be able to muscle them out. Like, stop thinking that you're even riding a bike, you're just doing squats, just do some squats. Then I decided I was going to try and sit down in a little bit. You see, it's so steep that you can see my face there. In 2022, this is where I could see my dad, and I started chasing him. That was a fantastic carrot to chase. And I seem to remember actually in 2022, I was going through the same thing as I am in 2023, just really unable to do anything else. In 2023, I saw the car park, and I knew that the segment ended soon, and you can see that I've given up. I'm doing 310 watts because that's literally the minimum wattage I can do and keep moving here. I am no longer giving anything, I'm just trying not to fall off my bike for the top. Luckily it didn't impact my effort too much. As you can see, I'm getting to the top a good time before my 2022 effort, so that's great. And I turn around much sooner this time because because I know that I can. And taking that view, I've probably not done it justice, but because of how flat obviously the coast is and how this is the first hill you come to, it's magnificent. You can see down almost to Anglesey on a clear day along the coast, out to Wirral, across to Liverpool, to Lancashire even if you look in the right direction. And there you go, I got 8th of all time up this climb, which I'm absolutely chuffed with. You can see that Giles consistently puts time into me, but most importantly, he puts most of his time in on the straight bit, because he knows how to pace it for that gradient, and I didn't. I just consistently put time into myself. I'm chuffed with the power average, 384 for that whole time. That's brilliant for me. So this was generally a great effort, which I was really happy with. And this was just as I was coming into form at the end of April, the week after I'd done my hardest 100 ride with Ed and my dad. So I was really happy that I could do that. I went on to Moyle Arthur next, and I just about got a PR up there, which was fantastic. So I'll show you a little summary of this ride, just because I'm very happy with it, whilst you look at that view behind me. And then you can have my outro from the shelf. But that's basically the end of this comparison video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As I say, I've got some more things to process from the past that I'll put out whilst I'm off the bike, and then hopefully I'll be back to it soon. I've done quite a big day today. I don't know how much of it I'll film. I've had the cameras running a little bit, but I've not done any intros or outros or anything. But I've just done the shelf as my last climb of the day. I thought I was pushing my luck. I got a PR by about 40 seconds, so I'm delighted. I'm absolutely gross, look at me. Dripping from every orifice.
Not my willy. Disgusting. Not my bum. Come on. Nice view, eh? Time for me to get home. I've got to be ready to go and watch some rugby with my mates in like an hour and a half. It's about an hour and a half ride home, so I'm fucked.